Welcome guys, this is going to be the third and hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, the final episode of the deepest dive into the Starfield Direct, powered by Game Fiend. And I hope I'll be able to wrap the direct, the ending of whatever is remaining in this video. Hope you guys have been having a good time. And without further ado, let's just dive in. There are 4 parts remaining, one of them being exploration, and we're going to see a lot more this time around as to what Todd Howard means that exploration is the heart of what Starfield is all about.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life.
Just want to go back a little. This scene, just want to say that if that can happen in reality, like as in when the game is running, if it can boast of such a draw distance and not have hitches and not have problems, this is going to be an impressive thing to, behold.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield?
Did you see those like small flecks of, comets and things like that?
Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level.
A ship just going away. It says Alpha Andraste 3. Yeah, Andraste is the Icenic war goddess who's reborn as a dragon.
The freedom to experience both the exciting...
How you see the thrusters change direction. They were vertical and then they go horizontal and then this ship zooms off.
Planets and the quiet ones.
Luna, our moon.
Scanning a planet before you
some gameplay going on in the background, which is like a really lush planet.
Land is a great way to...
So the faction is controlled. This system is controlled by the Freestar Collective, and this is a really high bounty, like 12,000 credits. Yeah, I mean, you must have done really, something really wrong.
To get a sneak peek at the available resources.
It's like a barren, frozen planet. Interesting way to scan planets. You'll see this Tau Ceti 8B.
You can use for crafting.
Yeah, water, aluminum, iron, chlorine, argon. Yeah, tantalum. I think Ta. I don't know. Size 3Cl. No idea regarding that.
Building and customizing.
I think what's
yeah, like you are able to recognize the elements or minerals that you want from outside.
It's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself.
Nemeria. Yeah.
As a procedural content, but the handcrafted content.
Okay, so first of all, the thing that I want to tell you guys is that he's scanning at a distance of 12-18 meters, like 1.2 kilometers, which is higher than the 1 by 1 kilometer tile. So a while back, I had made a claim saying that this might only make like a few, or maybe a tile from the place that you land in, or a few tiles, but not. What I'm hearing, or what I heard from Tor and what I'm seeing from this deep dive too, is that maybe they're not doing that. Maybe they're wrapping around the entire planet with all the tiles. But what happens is that once you land on the planet, there's like multiple tiles, 1 or 2 tiles created, and then as you go further, more tiles are added in. That will of course mean 2 things. One is regarding the streaming technology. So maybe the reason why it needs to load, or those tiles need to be procedurally generated, is the fact why you can't move very fast through the system, like take the ship and land somewhere else, because that would mean you're going at a faster pace, and a faster system streaming will be required for asset streamings and stuff like that. The procedural generation also will need to overwork itself, and something that's done in No Man's Sky. But there are other systems out here which the game needs to juggle with too. And of course, that will also mean why there's not like a fast moving car. But I don't know. I think if that's the only reason not to provide a car, I think that, there'll be mods for it. It's a moon that is like very low gravity, 0.4, 18% oxygen. It's like almost 0 degrees centigrade.
Comes as the player
These are these randomly generated. The terrain is randomly generated, but these points themselves are handcrafted and are placed.
explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch
Jemison, yeah. This is the planet Atlantis is on.
together a block of terrain. After that,
Didaka 1. This is definitely one of those geophysical traits.
we have the system that adds interesting locations
An abandoned robotics facility, again on Alpha Andraste 3.
for the player to explore,
Twin-tail herbivore.
creatures to encounter,
Is it agitated?
ore and plants to pick up.
A forest wisp.
It allows us
It's on beta turning on.
to add that touch of environmental storytelling.
They talk about environmental storytelling, and one of the memes that people usually make about Bethesda is that their environmental storytelling usually means like keeping a skeleton somewhere with something and like posing it to, trying to tell a story. But yeah, it's funny that they're going to continue it here too.
Telling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures
Science outpost on Alpha Andraste. Character will come up on screen right now.
have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't
He's like, how will I say, like really good looking for the creation engine too, and quite well animated too, compared to the fact as to how Bethesda is usually done.
far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
Seems like a Radiant quest too, like something that you'll go up, something procedurally generated, maybe a character. I don't know, but yeah, I hope these are like meaningful in a sense.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
This was one of the more interesting things that, they'll go on the same planet, they'll have a different story. So let's see what they mean. I think they'll have a scene for that. A deserted robotics lab on the planet Washaki. Yeah, so Washaki was like a Shoshone leader in the mid-19th century who led a band to the Treaty of Fort Laramie, back then Horse Creek Treaty, for the territorial claim of the Indian tribes over there. One of the most well-known treaties of that time. But yeah, it got broken lots and lot time after that. You'll see an interesting thing. You are going from exterior to interior. That's the loading screen. Two enemies. Yeah, his backpack gets busted and he'll be thrown off. Yeah, this is interesting. So the previous ones were like normal square boxes, but this parrot seems to be like a leader or like some advanced form, and here you'll see that he has 3 bars, so 3 levels. So one time his whole health goes depletes, and then 1 bar goes away. Yeah, so oftentimes what happens if you are doing quite a lot of damage, then multiple bars can go away at the same time. This is like an old-timey pistol, like for 20. Funny thing will happen over here is that he hits the guy on the head with a melee strike, and you something appearing on the screen. It's saying soreness. So, and you need maybe some medication for that. Yeah, you're getting a balanced pack and here's like one of the storage boxes, a cool looking storage box. I wonder whether I can like place this in my apartment. Instantly calibrated deep mining helmet, a heal paste, isotopic coolant, vanadium. So you see this is a legendary item, and it is providing you like damage resistance for these kind of things, physical energy and electromagnetic for the guns, and these are the status effects that it can save you from the planet.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet, whether you want to explore
It's a cool suit. Just wanted to stop and say that.
and see what you can find,
This looks like a horseshoe crab though.
Harvest resources and be on your way.
Io is a moon of Jupiter.
Okay.
Looks good. Hold on for a second. I think I mixed. Oh yeah, I missed the name of the planet. It's named Sumati, and it's interesting that the most famous person in history, the name Sumati, was Sumati Moraji. She was the first woman in the world to head an organization of ship owners. It happened in India, pre-independence. So this might be a a tribute.
And see what you can find. Harvest resources and be on your way. Or simply take in the views.
Lots of things happening here on the screen. There's like you see some kind of a settlement or a lab here. There's some kind of a tower here, and there's something over here too. Very interesting, very interesting. The draw distance is looking quite good.
With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the
Okay, we are here right back on Taidaka 1.
uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
That was a root. This is like a herding crab. It's a herbivore.
If you have the skills, you can even...
The mothwing grazer can be present in like multiple biomes, like mountain, swamp, frozen plains, coniferous forest, and the savanna. Taidaka seems to have a lot of biomes in that sense, because I wouldn't expect this same animal to be on another planet, like, if you know what I mean.
Figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce.
Certain creatures and plants you can bring, build an outpost. Yeah, this is important because here you'll see this is a hunting sale gator, so that means it's a predator. You'll get to see what you can get from it, like the resources pigment. So if you kill it or harvest it, you'll be able to get like pigment from
resources from those plants and animals.
This one will give you sealant. This is a swarming dragon. Seems like a lot of hit points though. Yeah, 345 health, quite a lot of health. And it can give you burning damage, spews fire.
Animals, you can get.
This one will give you toxin. This is like an ice creeper which grows on the ground. You have a cuff, and you might have to solve it by having some medicine or something.
Experience and rewards for fully surveying.
This was interesting. Once you fully surveyed the planet, you'll get like a constellation flag, surveyed, completed all of it. And this is like the last one is called the Ecological Consortium. This is like a hive mind kind of a thing, dense roots that sits on channels extending off towards other clusters. So this will be interesting to see what form life takes in different planets. And this is quite a high gravity, 1.4. It's like higher than Earth.
Planets and fully surveying a whole system.
Very interesting crab-like.
When we were concepting these,
the face is almost like a tapir, and this one reminds me of like a tortoise shell
creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment.
This one like straight out of like some dinosaur book. Yeah, scales and everything. Looks ancient.
We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife.
This is like another crab with pincers and all.
Something you've never seen before.
A praying mantis.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere.
Real-time calculation. Not ray tracing per se, but it's like modeled, and it'll be calculated.
Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
That's interesting. It's interesting. Brain rot. Something out here is spewing smoke. And this is Mercury, our first planet, and it's these glowing things inside the caves. Luminescent plant-like or fungi-like stuff. This looks good. This I don't know what these blocks are, why they're shaped in that manner. Maybe it's like some older ship maybe that has been torn apart. Like all of these scenes are like right out of like if there was a uh, cosmic Nat Geo magazine to be made, I think most of the pictures will be from here. Okay, so this is important. This is, you know, a monument of the precursor civilization. It was shown sometimes back too, but you know, I think you will get pieces of that artifact from here. Even like I think you'll be going around on a World War II to collect those artifacts. I did take out a, you know, picture of this in order to make it my wallpaper. It's impressive. I think this is like a part of the photo.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp.
Oh, this is a very close to what they did with Fallout 4 settlements, and I think they learned a lot from the mod sim settlements. We'll see it in a while.
Outposts can be built.
So right away tells you what kind of resources is available on that planet nearby. It's lead, but then of course the B should be like smaller, and I hope they make it a point to fix these smaller things. What it does that, I think you're placing a beacon or some kind of a thing to say that you're starting your outpost.
Almost anywhere on any planet.
Yeah, so this is an outpost beacon. You can see, you know, what the total power is, what the power it needs, what kind of cargo it can hold, and how many crew it can, you know, your outpost can accommodate.
And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can
I believe this is the USS Constitution. I think this was shown in Fallout 4 too. This is another piece of rock, and it was. I'm pretty certain that you can collect rocks in this game.
even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for.
You're near a beacon doing something, and you have Vasco or another robot like Vasco moving about.
Added bonuses and set up extractors.
These are like things that you can extract. Here it is lead. Maybe you'll have to go and connect it to different places and extract those minerals out of there. These things which are moving in the background, I feel they are some kind of like a wind energy or solar energy that they're
to harvest resources.
You know, you might have to set up power elements so that your outpost can get power
While you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building or.
I think this is a good thing that they have done. This will, of course, number one, not leave you inside that game framework in that view while you're making those elements. So it does not need to load everything. It just needs to load a small patch of land at the press of a button. Another thing is that you don't need to build all the walls. So these are all pre-made habs or modules, and you can just place them and connect them accordingly. That is going to be interesting because I think that reduces a lot of the grunt work. Right now, the structures we can see, in order to build this outpost airlock, we need aluminum, sealant. Remember the thing that we could harvest from that animal, and lead. And there's a build limit to it too. And what we can do is that we can create an outpost airlock, and I think there are multiple structures out here. A 4-wall habitat, a hydroponic habitat, which, like, you know, we can grow plants. A science hab where you can research something. Military hab round, different types. I think again, small hex hab. Hallways, what kind of hallway you want, in a watchtower even for lookouts. I don't know what you'll be looking out for. Is there going to be some kind of a raid mechanic here that, you know, other people can come and raid?
Or you can now use a top.
Here you see, you know, you're placing a round hab. There are variants to it. It's interesting.
Down isometric camera, which
And you are like connecting it.
helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger habs. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet.
This is mopping bot, and I thought that was pretty funny. Here you can see like a space suit on display, some gym equipment. We did see Vlad a long time back, you know, using this kind of a gym equipment. So I wonder whether you can put these in places where your crew can use them. And I think this is Jax Cousteau's ship. I'm not completely sure, but I think this is Jax Cousteau's ship. This is like a model.
You can really decorate and fine tune
Employees only beyond this point. Interesting pieces. This is like an old Apple Mac computer.
things.
Or it looks like one. I mean, I'm not trying to make a...
Much easier.
Oh, lots of things connected, heights, different heights. There's a landing pad, and yeah, lots of things going on. And pretty fast, you can, through with that isometric view, you can just like, you know, it's like Lego pieces. You can set them one up on another. You'll there's a dartboard. Yeah, what else? There's one of those navigation consoles. Yeah, I think you'll be able to place anything and everything you want over here, like however you want. Like some of the furniture doesn't match with this. I think these are like storage chests. This one also has a very similar look and feel. Yeah, some kind of power generation going on. This might be like a hydroponic hab where you're growing certain plants. Quite fun, quite fun. Enlil 5. Enlil is the Mesopotamian god of wind, air, earth, and storm. Yeah, it's really funny how they're going into like some mythological aspects.
Add crafting and research stations in your...
This is interesting. Things that you can, you know, research, pharmacology, chemicals, and medicines and stuff, and food and drink. I think, you know, which should help you keep your maybe, you know, stamina up, health up, outpost development, certain other hubs or certain modules that you can build by yourself, equipment, you know, and weaponry.
Outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapons.
Let's dive deep into this. Receiver, internal, optic, magazine, and muzzle.
Sights and scopes.
There's already one attached. It's the muzzle brake.
Larger magazines. A selection of grip.
Yeah, you can choose to get like a drum magazine or something else. Or whiteout rounds. Some of these must be armor piercing, something other. And see the kind of things that you need. You need tungsten, you need sealant, and you need lead to build these kind of things.
Grips and barrel.
Here it's adhesive. X4 is tetrafluorides.
Different ammunition like explosive rounds.
A Varun robot model less on the planet Jemison, somewhere deep underground. Yeah, basement. Got you.
All you stealth players out there will surely...
Yeah, this is an urban eagle.
Need a suppressor.
I like the suppressor build. Like, I mean, you know, maybe I'll go for the suppressor, you know, the stealth run. It seems like it's opening up a lot of options for... This has like a computer-like display.
You can also choose...
Ooh, katanas, axes.
Choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think we saw this animal in Jemison too, maybe? This planet is called Buran, Ecliptic Mercenaries. Hold on, did I see something there?
You can also go hands-on with melee weapons.
A technician's ground pack, some ammo, and Grendel the gun. Critical hit. This is like a maggot maw. I think that's what it's called. There's a hunting maggot maw in the last trailer. This will be like one of those really bad enemies.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood.
There's a little bit of fade whenever you're reloading or something.
And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Some good combat flow here.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing that you'll see. This is Io. Of course, we get to know that this is a freezing kind of a moon. What you will see is that I think he'll hit one of the pipes. Yeah, he hits one of those containers, water, you know, reservoirs, and as soon as it gets punctured, the ice freezes. So I think these kind of effects will be, you know, happening quite more than what we can think of right now.
It's more...
Yeah, so he got frozen over.
Dynamic, the animations are more fluid.
This thing will happen again, I think, when this thing blows up.
It just feels great.
We probably have more...
Oof, there's a lot of guns. Brawlers, Equinox, Coachman, Drumbeat, Ember, Eternity's Gate, Experiment 87, Hard Target. I think these blue guns are I think, more special.
Mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before.
Altair, Assassin's Creed fans, get ready.
There's a lot of variety.
Oh, although that's a real star.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in
So this is Planet Nivas, and you'll see him using not only the sniper, but some kind of a
combat. You may need to switch things
Yeah, this is thermal scope.
up based on your environment.
And a silence, you know.
Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying.
So this like a lower gravity combat, I think is going to make things more interesting. And especially the way that you can use like ballistic guns and, you know, recoil.
Zero
gravity too at times.
Environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
This is going to be like people will be switching from guns.
We also have mag weapons. These are high
Spacer Troublemaker. Yeah, that's a good name.
powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser.
This is going to be a fun.
And can dish out some
Look at the number of, you know, bullets.
serious damage.
Just make like quick like shish kebab. And this is another of those.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists,
You can pick up a helmet from one of these guys. Ooh, you can punch an alien right in the face. A flocking shroomhead grazer. Punch it!
or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns,
Lot of guns.
or maybe you prefer something bigger.
That's a Magatmo again. Hunting Magatmo. 75, level 75. Oof. Gatling gun.
Starfield's got you covered.
Look at the array of guns. Crete. A hunting twist fin. Like another. Hold on, did I see him drop something? And this is almost like an AK, right? This is the Nova Galactic Star Yard that you're fighting in. A herding spider wasp grazer. What is this, a nail gun or something? A retrofitted starship. That's what you're in. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah. And till now, every scene that you've seen, any person, you know, you have an enemy, they don't have, like, you can't choose the spacesuit from them. This is the only sequence that I saw that you can get their spacesuit. So I don't know how that works. I don't know why it wasn't there in the other ones. Like, is it like a probability that, okay, what I can get from a person? Like, don't they always have like a spacesuit or a helmet, you know, that you can loot? But yeah, this was interesting. This was the only place that I saw that you could, you know, take their spacesuit. A lot of Varun robot models will be trying to swarm you. That's a lot. A great place for a fight. Gets blown away to heaven. Planet Nisoi. This part, the less I speak about it, better. I don't have any explanation for this part. Except for perhaps, like, I think this has to do with the geophysical traits that you are searching here and there. They might be able to provide you with ways to do something like this, but I hope this does not dwell too much on fantasy. This not only, gets an anti-gravity field going, but I think also kills them because they are not fighting back anymore.
Thanks.
Got Dot back here. This is going to be the ending. This is going to be a fast cut of all the people, of the team saying what are the things they like, and hopefully we'll get to some of it maybe.
Again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. As we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here.
That's a Fallout atomic bomb.
This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
So Ran over there talking about the sunsets and sunrises. I think they're deliberately not shown many of the things, and I think the one that I want to see is how different a binary star will affect a sunrise or a sunset. I want to see that on a planet.
I love the creatures, the exploration.
And completely new creatures shown out of the blue. Kayla talks about this, and suddenly they have like a flying, animal.
And every biome is...
And this place is completely pink. I don't know why, like some kind of a atmospheric haze.
Different. The word that comes to mind.
Here's Vlad again. And I think this is like the constellation ship, the star-shaped thing that they had.
Is vast.
Because, once he zooms away. Yeah, star spokes.
I like to use our photo mode to take...
Of course, she loves the photo mode. This is like a weird creature out from...
Rockstar photos.
Rockstar photos. Quite a few photos here and there.
I like to use our photo mode to take rockstar.
Yeah, this is in the astral thing of Neon Club, where you can go. I think you can dance along with them.
Photos.
This guy was shown in a previous trailer talking to you, but I don't know who this character is and why they are like all posing like a boy band. This is Paradiso. I think this is like the beach hotel in Jemison. Oof. Is this like a planet or a moon or an asteroid? Great photo.
I just love that constant feel of discovery. And
Enhance, of course, is the biotech lab that you can go and change your facial structure.
Wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
Look at the trinkets here. I mean, there's some kind of a board game maybe. There's like models of motorcycles, and all of them are hand placed, I think. These are not prefabs. You can place them. There's going to be a lot of knickknacks thrown about here and there that you'll be able to squirrel out and make it into your hoarder's den.
My favorite part is...
Like some basketball out here, maybe signed from someone.
Every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique...
This one was interesting. Again, this talks about the procedural generation and what are the things that will stay. So same place, it'll go through a transformation. This location here, over here, you can see some kind of a crystal superstructure and
unique experience.
And right now, this is some kind of a habitat. It's just changed completely. So maybe what happens is that you and your friend will have the same planet structure, but these points of interest can change. Like, if he lands, he finds the crystal superstructure on this planet, and if you land, you find a habitat. And that will make things way more interesting. Yeah, Starship Design Rank 1. Yep, really great. You see the layered things that are happening. Cargo bays on the top and everything. And, the mobility and the top speed are different things, like how well you can maneuver. I think it'll depend on the spread of your spaceship. and the top speed on like inversely proportional to the mass. I think the lighter your ship is, or the better your engine is, maybe the max power of it.
So you spent all this time building your ship, and you
look. I mean, if you are what like this ship, I think will be shown right now on the ground, the USC Navy Polis, and you'll see how big it is.
See it on the landing pad. These things.
This is humongous.
Are gigantic. It's the kind.
These are the missile array systems. This is like your cockpit.
Kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
This is going to lead to so many funny moments.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design.
Spaceships and audio design.
Planets. The day-night cycle.
The day-night cycle of every planet, every moon.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration.
Diplomacy.
Freedom.
The ending.
Will Chen, of course, with one of those crackers, he says the ending. Because, of course, we know he's the writer. He has written a good ending.
Vasco. Obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
A lever action rocket launcher.
Brain sprout.
Okay, so this might be some kind of infection happening, and there might be some kind of a quest related to this, because it's like, something infecting animals all over.
I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be.
This is that, beach near Paradiso. Vasco running around.
Be who you want to be. Do what you want to do.
And this one, yeah, complete. What the fuck? What is this? It's an alien suit. Why do you have it on? What are you doing?
It's what you've come to expect.
Walking up
from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
Look at the draw distance. And of course, the artifact, and what you get to see, what it speaks to you. That remains the central mystery of.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Look at this. This is going to be one of those apex level predators that you are going to have to fight. Look at the notches. It's like the number of kills you have racked up. You are go for launch. Some companion standing there. Vasco, hit the frontier, and a completely unknown planet. Draw distance. I'm saying that again. Notwithstanding the weird dating, date structure of Americans, but yeah, 6th, can't wait. It's going to be an early access period. I think it'll be available from the 1st for people who pre-order the premium edition. Again, I would say not to pre-order, to wait and watch for what people say, how it is and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys for I still don't know how many hours this is going to be. That's all up to Abhi, who's going to take up the massive job of cutting through all of this bullshit and making it into the smallest video possible for the Starfield Deepest Dive. And I'm just happy that you have been along with me on this journey. And yeah, I mean, you are as crazy as I am. The reason being that that I had to do this is that this is a game which is showing a lot of promise. And if Fallout 4, 3, and Oblivion and Skyrim have been any examples, this is going to be a game which is going to have a very long shelf life. I easily estimate 10 years. And even though it might not do well right away, but with the amount of people in the community and the amount of mods that are going to pour in and the kind of things that it's like an open sandbox where you can do anything and build anything that you want. And that is going to be the biggest draw. Might not be the story, but it's this incredible vision that Todd and his entire team at Bethesda have, and they have been cooking this game for some time. it's almost like watching something new happening, and that's the reason why I'm excited. It has been a long time since the gaming industry has seen such a iconic and how will I say, exciting game, and I hope it's able to live up to its hype. My uh, purpose for doing this video was not to create more hype, but was just to share whatever I thought, I was getting through from the Starfield Reddit and 4chan and the other people that are there on YouTube who are doing similar kind of stuff. I just hope people who are listening, people who are watching this, you comment, you tell me anything that I've missed, even if I've not, something that has made you excited about this, something that you came to know that you didn't know before. I would love to know all that. And till then, stay safe and just be very positive about the fact that this game is just only a few days out. Few days from now, you will be playing it, you'll be enjoying it, and there's a pretty easy way to get this with the Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. 1 month of Xbox Game Pass to check out how the game is. It's all you need. You don't need to spend all that money, entire money, pre-order or order it afterwards, like 4K, 5K. You don't need to do that. You can check it out on Game Pass, and if you don't like it, that's it. There are lots of other games to look forward to, but this is something, and I hope you share that enthusiasm. Until then, bye-bye.